It's Minecraft, and I'm giving an introductory tour of my cathedral village. If you've seen some of the earlier videos, I built the cathedral over there. It's a fairly simple cathedral, but it's pretty large. And I built it here, actually, and not in my build world. And that's what started me thinking about I should have a build world, put various buildings in so they'd all, match and stuff like that, instead of just building them right from here. This is my home world of Sparkling Isles, and my main village is way ahead of us in the middle. You can see the two towers and my little main house off to the left of those. Hey, you can even see my purple gate way in the distance in the center, and a couple of other sparkling towers in some towns back there too. This area had no buildings, no village in it at all, and I was just going around and I just plunked down here and I started creating the cathedral, and I decided to make a little village around it and use all the same materials that I used in the cathedral to build the little townhouses and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll give you an introductory tour because this village is nowhere near from being completed, but I've got a good setting going here. If you saw my video, I started a cult. that's about the cathedral, because after it was done, I placed a bunch of villagers in it, and when I saved it with all the villagers in it. So there you go. But anyways, so there is a copy of it in my build world now. So I started out with the cathedral, and then I started building the little houses. I call them ones and twos, house one and house two. And these little buildings right here are mostly version 1 and version 2 of I think version 1 is on the right and version 2 is on the left, which is slightly bigger, but it's pretty much the same as oh, he's going in there, so we'll go in here. Oh, someone's already here, but oh, we'll go in anyways. No, I don't want to trade with you right now. Pretty sure this is building number 2, and it's got a bed and a chest and carpets and all the stuff that they need. A few workbenches so any of the villagers can live here. Hello. I'm leaving. Don't worry, I'm not touching any of the stuff. I've got the prismarine and the carved white quartz and purple terracotta and some various colored glass. I'm mostly stuck with light blue or purple or magenta glass for these little village houses. I designed them all myself. They're pretty simple. The upstairs on the rooftops, they have a little decoration of the warped green wood and some prismarine walls. After I started placing the little village houses, then I put a couple bells down. I usually do stick with one bell in the middle, but because there's so many here and there's so many villagers, I just decided to split it on either side and have a village on either side, even though it's really just one big village. So here is a barn. I made them covered because if the world is ever in a survival mode and they have, lightning or anything like that, I just didn't want the animals to get corrupted or whatever. All the farmers that take care of them. You can see the little farmers having a little gossip session down there, or they're snoozing, something like that. Yeah, they're watching the plants grow. They're watching the grass grow, actually. So there's a farm there, and this is one of the outer edges of the village. I planted the first fancy house up there on the hill. The one on the right is the first one I placed. That's bigger than the village houses, but this is the first house I built. It was inspired by a builder. Gosh, I can't remember. I believe it was Grian. I have a little picture somewhere, but it was Grian who built a tiny little simple house, and I took that little house. It would have only been like less than half the size of this, but I took that little house as inspiration to build this. But most of it is my idea. The decorations are my idea. The materials are my idea, and see, it's even got more pokey out bits than the one he had, but I just used his little tiny picture. It was in a short that I saw from Green, and I just took a snapshot of it, and I just decided to use it as inspiration. Didn't know where to start, you know, as a build, like what do I build? So there you go. I'm pretty sure I already gave a tour of this, but I'll just run around here really quick. You can see the downstairs. I just gave a tour of the pink house, and you can tell there's a difference. Like I've got brick here as my fireplace, and in the pink house I've got copper all around it. And we go upstairs, we have some paintings here and a little balcony, a warped wood balcony, and some warped wood as curtains, and some fencing as decorations around the tops and stuff like that. And the bedroom is very similar to the pink house, but this one has banners and the pink house does not. And you can see the blocks with the buttons as I made for dressers. And I like to put a dragon egg down as a stuffed animal. And it's got trapdoors for curtains, just like that. I will take you up to the the empty attic. It's pretty empty up here. I do have a couple chests here. The pink house does not have chests upstairs. It has a couple chests downstairs. Not as much in the chest, but there is chests in every house. Okay, so that's the fancy greenhouse, pretty much. Let's go outside. Shut the door. All my big houses have a bat in it or two from building it in the dark. I have no pathways yet. I want to add some pathways and some decorations between the buildings. I have lots of plans. I'm going to put some more buildings back here as I go. And here's a couple of my green fancy houses. Exact same thing. That's the first one I placed back there. And then I placed this one. And as I said about the pink house in another video, when I placed the house and turned, like that one over there in the end that we just looked at, when I turned it a certain way, when I rotated it to load it, all the warped traps faced outwards, and I had to go and place every single one of them back in. I had to, you know, delete them and place them all back again. And then the same thing happened when I finished and rebuilt the pink houses too. So that's the green houses are in the back. I kind of surrounded the outer edges. I was just going to do the one as like a starter house kind of thing, or as a base house, but then I designed the pink house too, and I just decided to place more around because it looks really nice around the edges and stuff like that. And I'll show you what I mean. Here's another fancy greenhouse on the edge. So all these on this side, you've got some more houses, number ones and number two villager houses. You can see the ton of villagers that are down there. There are some iron golems around here somewhere, but I don't know how many they have. But there's a ton of villages, so there actually should be a lot. There's another barn. I built the barn also in my building world, and I just cut and pasted, you know, just copy and pasted them here. I got a ton of cows. Yeah, okay. And there's plenty of villages. They all have jobs and stuff, because every house, I'll show you this one. This one's a number 1, village house number 1. Every one of them have a bed and a lectern and all these little workstations and stuff like that. There's your carved ceiling up there, a carved quartz block. And I used the lapis lazuli as if it was like blue wood or something, or, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, the little houses, look, see, I gave a lot of stuff in the chest. There's at least one chest, usually 2 chests in every little house. So there, and it's got some carpet around and stuff like that. And every house has prismarine bases, and it's got like, there's a base in the ground too, like it's 2 foundations high. I built some fountains. This is the medium-sized fountain. Let's go to the front of the cathedral church. But this is my fancy fountain that I also built in the building world, and I placed it here. And after I placed it, then I put this foundation around it. But it's got the end rods are just acting like candles, you know. I like the little sparkle that they're giving off from the top. You can look right down. I'm using light blue glass around it, just because it's got, you know, glass in the cathedral and stuff like that. And I've built more than houses. This is a bank. You can see the bank has a little bit of an iron grate up the top, just to suggest that it has protection. And it's got these little columns in the front, sort of like a Greek building or a Greco-Roman building. Light blue glass to match the cathedral. And some purple terracotta edging. Birch doors. Oops. What did I just do? I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be there. Okay. Just wanted to actually just shut the door, but I won't do that. And inside the bank, we have these, yeah, see, it's like everywhere you'd store your money or your goods and stuff like that. So I've got a ton of chests in here. Yeah, tons and tons and tons of stuff. And then you have this, the ender chest too. Got a couple ender chests just for decoration. Now, if you walked into a bank, they'd have all kinds of storage and stuff like that for your valuables. Chandelier on the ceiling. And a green carpet and one bed. I didn't want to put a ton of workbenches in there because I just wanted one villager in there basically. I've built a brewery. Where's the brewery? There's another bank over here. There's another bank. Oh, this one's the brewery. I can see it right there. It's right there. This is the brewery. And there's your warped wood green panels for curtains, actually. Yeah, so they have a brewery, but I put a couple other things in here too. Workbenches. And yeah, so that's the brewery. Oh. And which one is this? This is the library. Yeah, this is the library for the Cathedral Village. And you've got a map making thing here and a crafting table and a couple of beds and plenty of books and places to put your carved books to, whatever, etched books, whatever they call that. And there's your lectern that he needs to work with and a map making bench and a couple of pots and some carpets around and the enchantment table. And also, I just decorated the ceiling so it sort of looks like a chandelier, you know, so it's a kind of fancy ceiling there. And you can see the prismarine fence posts up there in chains. So that's the library. Yeah, so you've seen the library, the bank, the brewery, house 1, house 2, fancy house, pink house. This is a smaller fountain. I'll show you that first. This is just a simple, smaller fountain. It's got some magenta or pink glass in there. Yeah. And this is the top. And I also used end rods in there too, because it just looks nice and it glows, you know, in the dark at night. And this one is just edged with its own edging and the floor. There's my little trusty dog there. Yeah, so this is the pink house. And I'll show you something. Oh yeah, this is the green fancy house fireplace was built with all brick. And this just has a brick floor. And it has, this one is built with copper. And this is the simple simple pink couch I made for this one with no trapdoors. There's a little reading nook over here at the end. Oh, it's a little reading nook. And another little reading nook over here. Now this is what I was talking about. These were just placed here. This house was just placed here. So I have these warped cherry wood curtains to fix. See how it when it just loaded in, the trapdoors load in incorrectly because the house is facing a different way than what I built it. So I'm going to be repairing that the next step. I think I already started working. Yeah, I started work. Oh, what was that? Oh, I hit water. I started working on some of them already. But you can see all around the house when you load it in. I don't know if does this happen to anybody else? This is Bedrock version, so I don't know if it happens in Java. But when you load in a house and you change its rotation, that's what happens. I consider this the front of the church, the front of the cathedral, the front of the village, because if I'm coming from my home island, then I'm coming this way, and this is, so this is what you looking at when you get here. I want to add pathways, and I want to add bridges for the rivers. There's a couple of rivers here. I want to... Well, there's this main river anyways, and it just meanders all the way from the beginning of the village all the way around here like a snake, and then it goes back behind those houses back there. But it's not quite an island because the river doesn't cut it off. But there's another farm down there and another medium fountain. So there's plenty of places for more buildings, and I want to put some gardens out here. Yeah, so it's got no pathways yet at all. I want to put some more stuff out. It probably could use some more farms and a couple more barns as well. And that's the introductory of Cathedral Village. Thanks for watching.